I never tell people that I'm dyslexic. I guess it's a fear of being judged. Also, the fear that they won't understand, and also how do I explain that to them in a way that they can understand it? Because I myself at times, question how much I even know about dyslexia, and I have dyslexia. I am a perfectionist. I am very hard on myself. I think it just comes about from how I was brought up. My mother was a perfectionist. She liked to have everything looking a certain way and presented in a certain fashion. A great conversationalist. How could you not want to, be those things? So I'm constantly trying on a day-to-day basis, failing miserably, but giving it my best shot. Doubt is something that constantly plagues my mind. I'm very scared of failure, but at the same time, I'm not scared to give something a go, and I'm not, scared to move forward and to, take my life in a new direction. I think I'd be bored completely if I didn't, do something new on a day-to-day basis. I am many things, and dyslexic is one of them, but it doesn't define me. So when I first started at Berkeley Cinemas in Mission Bay, I didn't disclose that I had a disability because I didn't know how it would be received by my co-workers, by the company. They have been extremely supportive. They've really supported me through my transition into, the workforce, and they've really helped me. I really just feel like I fit in there. So I come in every day and I love to iron my shirt because it's all about presentation. You've got to look good and feel good. But it also just says to the customer that you care about your appearance. And I feel like that's something that's lacking in today's businesses. So, we like to keep things sharp and prim and proper here at Berkeley Cinemas. The week's been just really fast-paced. I'm seeing a lot of movies lately, which has been good, yes. I, love working with people, my crew members at work. We have such a tight, wonderful bond.
We're all great friends. We hang out outside of work and everything, and we all really love each other and are like a big family, we like to call ourselves. So yeah, Ian's part of that family.
I love this jacket you're wearing tonight. It's absolutely fantastic. It's absolutely beautiful. I guess I just have the need to please. I'm a Cancerian. Cancerians are all about pleasing. I love to offer compliments. I love to be friendly and kind, and I just feel like, wouldn't the world be a much nicer place if we were all like that? Wonderful choice. I hear it's a very good film.
You haven't seen it yet?
I haven't actually seen it yet. I know. I mean, it's one of the curses of working at the theatre. You don't get to see as many films as you'd like. But that's all right. I hear about all of them from the customers, which is great. I've been trying to, decide on a career. Although in saying that, I think I've always known what I've really wanted to do, but it's just been the case of, applying for what you want and not getting it, so falling into then a different category or looking at other options. And that's not a bad thing because it's good to explore other options and to see where life could possibly lead. So I'm trying to find my place in the world currently, and I don't know quite where that is. I think, I want to know that I've been put here for a purpose. I think we all do. I think it's just human nature, and you just want to, know that you belong somewhere. I've had a lot of fun going to fabric stores and decorating and being creative and just trying new and different things. I love to dress a room, so I guess I'm a person of many passions and talents. I love living alone. It's fantastic. Who would want to live with anyone? No. come and go as you please. I could be out at 3 a.m. and, come back and there's no one saying, oh, well, where have you been? So it's fantastic. You can just roam and do your own thing. I grew up in Auckland, and I actually grew up in the suburb of Royal Oak, so right next to One Tree Hill. We were a very close unit, me and my mother especially. My mum was like my best friend, and losing her later on was just absolutely, devastating.
Yeah, it's a hot pool.
It was a happy childhood, yes. The early days of school, they were really difficult because I was struggling so much with, the reading, the writing. I didn't deal with bullies so much at primary school. It was more just being in the classroom was difficult. Just a very hard thing to describe. I guess not being able to measure up to the other students in the class, and feeling like you're behind in everything, and just kind of damned in every direction, and really wanting to succeed but not being able to, and wondering why you're being hindered in so many ways. The more invisible I guess I could have been back then, I certainly tried to be.
From the productions of Titanic, I bring you this film. Heartbreaking but lovely. Teddy Bear Titanic. Oh, Jack! I think we hit an iceberg. I think we're flowing. The water's gonna flow. We must tell Mother and Cow.
Because I was failing at school, my mother organised some tests, and that's when I was diagnosed with dyslexia and dyspraxia. It is really hard to put it into a context like what is dyspraxia and dyslexia, because it is in some ways quite a broad, spectrum disability. For me, it really affected my reading and writing. Just decoding words, because with dyslexia, you're constantly trying to, decode what you're taking in. Like looking at a book for me back then, it was you could have shown me hieroglyphics. Like that's what it was like. Luckily though, there was a school called the Wilson School, which specialised in helping kids with disabilities and learning difficulties like me. So Ian the boy at Wilson School was very different to Ian the boy in the mainstream classroom. I think because I was always trying to fit in mainstream, trying not to be too different. Whereas at the Wilson School, I was just accepted for me and who I was. And I think that's, part of the struggle, even in today's world, is, being accepted for who you are and not being judged.
This is my art picture over here, if you look very carefully. I did this with my artwork. I drew it.
Well done. Fantastic,
That's
Ian.
all.
So it really opened my eyes to, the world of disability, and also showed me that no matter who you are, no matter what walk of life you come from, you can really succeed and really learn and just flourish. So after high school, I wanted to pursue a career in film and television. So I went to the National College of Design Technology, which was fantastic because there was so many creative types there. So you had editors and graphic designers, all of these people who just wanted to, make things happen and, create, I guess, works of art. So I felt like I really fitted in there, and it was, I was in the right place, and it was good. I started, writing these soap operas and, getting my friends and my family and even my mother, to play these, various roles.
Oh, come on, please. Your father and I really need a night out.
Well, okay, but I better be getting some more pocket money this week than last week. I'm warning you, stay back. What, you really think a broomstick's going to protect you from this? You killed Laura.
Me watching soap operas, it's an escape into another world, and it's absolutely wonderful because it's exactly how I think anyone in their right mind actually wants to lead their life. Having a G&T in the middle of the day, plotting some switch at the hospital, doing, just these crazy things in like a small town environment, but not doing it themselves, but seeing a character on screen act out these bizarre fantasies and getting away with it, where in real life you'd be arrested or, charged with fraud or, even worse. So, yeah, it's a great escape. I've actually started, planning some ideas for a soap opera, just like a web soap opera series. I'm thinking of calling it like Valley of Dreams or something very soapy like that, maybe Memories in Time. Just, something fun, something camp. Me and my mum shared a lot of, common interests like soap operas and different television shows, and, would go out curtain shopping together and do that sort of thing. When Mum passed away, it was, a very, a very difficult time. I really, became depressed about everything in my life. So, certain careers that I wanted to have happen weren't happening. Also, dealing with the fact that I had a father who had moved to Masterton and was out of the picture, leading his own life, which was wonderful, but, also just, feeling alone in Auckland. There is a huge link between dyslexia and anxiety, but also depression.
I live with depression on a day-to-day basis. It's, it's something you can't shake. It's not like you wake up one day and it's gone, it's constantly there. But you find a way to, get out of bed, to continue with your day. You find the little positives. I come up with little tricks to, get me motivated. Yeah, it's not always easy. And there have been plenty of times, especially in the past, where I felt like, oh gosh, wouldn't it be all nice if it just ended tomorrow? But there's always been something that's come along, or something that's happened, or something wonderful, and it's changed that thinking right around, and you've just been able to continue.
So although I had deviated for a little while, I decided that I really want to become a flight attendant. So in about August last year, I applied for a job with Air New Zealand, and I got through all the interview stages, except for the final interview stage. I think I was just feeling very nervous on my final interview, and unfortunately didn't get through based on how I presented. The questions I was being asked, I had prepared for a certain string of questions to answer, but all the questions I got asked on the day really threw me off completely, so I wasn't able to, give the appropriate answers. I felt disappointment. I felt disappointment in myself. I felt like I'd really let myself down. I also was thinking, well, what next? I feel like I'm running out of options here. I know what I want to do. There's so many jobs I don't actually want to do. And, can I really stomach doing another job I really don't want to do?
Hi, how are you? He did amazingly well and he got through to a final interview. Unfortunately, he wasn't successful. Perfect. great. Thanks a lot. Ian was somebody who stood out to me from 18 months ago when he applied to be a flight attendant. So when I met him again, I immediately felt that connection that I'd had with him 18 months ago.
As Mum used to say, we're not quitters, we persevere. And I think that in itself has always been in the back of my mind, so I decided to reapply. I guess what excites me about becoming flight attendant is, meeting a new person every 30 seconds or, minute, whatever it is, and, getting to explore the world, this wonderful world that we live in. Also being able to be a brand ambassador to represent New Zealand and to really, sell this country to a lot of new tourists coming to it.
Ian has to stack up for us. He's not getting, an easy road to being a flight attendant. Anyone can turn up and tell us all the right things, that, they're great at customer service, but actually within minutes whether somebody, through the way they present or their eyes, whether they're passionate about people and hospitality, and that's really important to us. So if they can't connect, then they're not gonna fit our culture.
I'm probably not everyone's speed, but in saying that, I am always pleasant and I always, try to please. So I think I've been able to get on with a variety of different groups over the years, groups that you probably wouldn't think, oh, this person can actually, fit in with that group. I've somehow managed to find a way, through maybe offering a compliment or, saying, oh, that's really interesting, tell me more about that, can you elaborate? It all comes down to conversation and, how you can, engage with that person, because as long as you can engage with them, then you can extract from them and, make headway and, create a good environment.
Have you had a nice day so far?
Oh man, it's been pretty good. So I'm on my second movie this afternoon.
Excellent, good on you. What are you going to see?
So watching the older people.
Oh yes, wonderful.
I get a lot of compliments at work saying, wow, I feel like you should be a flight attendant because, you've got that mannerism about you, you're, really friendly, but you also look the part. And so that's something that's definitely helped steer me in the direction that I'm currently going in.
Wonderful. Do enjoy your movie today.
Thank you.
Excellent, you're welcome.
Can't tell you how many times customers just tell me and how much they adore him and his service and how good he is with the customers. He just is always getting compliments. He gets to know the customer and asks them questions and is genuinely interested in them. It always amazes me because, we don't really have anyone else that gets those kind of compliments.
That just comes to $19.80 all up. Wonderful,
Okay.
Just on card? Fantastic, There you go.
For us, working with dyslexia is not foreign. So we've had crew in the past who've had dyslexia. We're much better to know about it and to actually make sure that we set people up for success.
The first time I applied for Air New Zealand, I didn't say anything about my dyslexia for that very reason. I was worried that they wouldn't take a second glance at me. I want the job, and I don't want to, the less said, the more gained, I suppose, is the thinking.
Hello, Michael.
How are you?
How are you? It's so good
nice
to see you.
You too.
Yes.
How have you been?
I've been really good, thank you.
Good.
Yes.
So Air New Zealand has been wonderful. They've teamed me up with a mentor. His name is Michael Skeens. He suggested that I start a journal, that I start writing down situations that happen at work, how I deal with them, the outcome.
It makes me feel really good when I'm able to give a really positive customer service experience because you're making that person's day. I mean, you have to bear in mind you can't please everyone who comes into the cinema, but you can try your very best, and I think that's all anyone's asking of you in life. So, yeah.
It's awesome, that's great. That's good. That's good.
He's going to offer me, everything that he knows, basically, and also try and train me for that final interview, which is wonderful, so that when I do have the final interview, I ace it and I get in, because that's what I want at the end of the day.
I have actually.
I think the key message from my perspective and the right thing to do for Ian is that he's not being treated special. He has to be the right fit for us, and for him, he's on that journey and he's doing really well. And so we're just supporting him on that journey.
I'm nervous because, you know, this is my future. This is also my dream. I feel like there's a lot riding on this. I have, you know, the fear of not presenting in the right way. You know, it can be like little things that actually are my biggest fears. So, you know, when I talk, like, you know, my lips can slightly be off center, or that type of little fear. I've been feeling a lot more intense about it this year, but at the same time, I've also been letting go a little bit because I've gotten my hopes so high in the past. It's quite crushing when it all kind of comes falling down, so I'm just trying to keep a level head. No matter what the outcome is going to be, I'm going to be fine at the end of the day. You know, you've got to take every day as it comes at you. I used to have a bit of a problem back in high school and just, I don't know, when I was younger, just blushing. I think it's just comes from my shy nature. Like, I am really quite a shy person, but because I've been, you know, working in customer services for so long and just been in different roles, my personality has come out and really flourished. But I still do, you know, blush from time to time, but nothing as bad as what it was back in, you know, primary or high school. I definitely looked a little bit more like a lobster. So, yeah, not great. My mum bought me my first concealer, and then after that, yeah, I just kind of got a little bit too hooked into makeup. And now that I'm, you know, getting older, I'm trying to get away from, you know, using too much makeup. I mean, now I'm at the point where I hardly put anything on, but sometimes I'll just, you know, add a little something just to kind of, you know, spruce the face up, because unfortunately, haven't been, well, I mean, born with the best of looks, so it does help. Love your scarf. It's so cool. How's your day been?
It's been good.
That's good. Excellent. Yeah. Wonderful. And you know, love getting the excuse to, you know, do a friend's hair. Oh, guess where I'm going this Friday?
Where?
I'm going to Seville's to get my hair done.
Cool.
I'm going a little bit lighter, so I'm gonna go back to being a blonde.
You're getting a bleach and tone.
I am. I'm getting a bleach and tone.
Thank you. I can't imagine you not being a flight attendant. Totally see you walking down the aisle offering me chicken or fish or Coke or something like that for $5.
Definitely.
Yeah. I think for me, because I've known you so long, I've seen it all really. I've seen your highs and lows, and I've seen you through your mum passing and all those, you know, valleys and mountains that we've come through in our relationship. You know, your quality is that you don't give up and you feel like it, but you still carry on, and that's what your mum and your dad both instilled in you as well. And you're stronger than you realise. So.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Very excited about tomorrow. So I'm going to New Zealand, and I have my final interview with them. So I've been, you know, sorting out what to wear, and you know, been going over the questions and answers that I feel like they're going to ask me. So yeah, just getting all prepped and ready. Describe a stressful situation in which you had to use your communication skills or / problem-solving skills. That did you handle the situation, and what were the results? So I've had a few different situations arise at the cinema. One that I can think about was actually over the summertime. We had the air conditioning go out. It was stifling hot. It was absolutely horrible. So we had a lot of customers, you know, come up and, you know, complain about the air conditioning situation. Unfortunately, we didn't have the repair people coming through for like another couple of days.
So what I did was I took the initiative, because you've always got to take the initiative in the workplace, and I decided to give out free sodas, because sodas don't cost the cinema or anything. And I did clear it with the manager before I did it, but it, you know, kept the customer happy, it kept the cinema happy, and it just, you know, and it just shows that you care. And I think that's all a customer wants to see at the end of the day, is that you care, because, you know, it's not just all about taking their money, it's about giving them something in return.
I feel way more prepared, you know, way more ready. I feel like this is the most ready I'm ever going to be. So now it's a waiting game. It'll probably take them a while to get back to me. So watch this space. Do I have a plan B? No, not really. But you know what? I believe in the universe and I believe in myself, and I know that I'm going to find my way.
I'm a great believer that, you know, this is all leading somewhere, and that it is all going to come to fruition in the end in some divine way.
I had the final interview with Air New Zealand, and, you know, I didn't get the position. Unfortunately, I wasn't what they were looking for. The feedback that I got given from Air New Zealand was that I didn't come across being genuine enough. And I must admit, like, I'm not a very genuine person when it comes to interviews. I don't think anyone is. You know, we all put up a facade, we all put up a front. It's just human nature, and, you know, I was probably just doing it to protect myself at the end of the day. Unfortunately, it wasn't actually what they wanted. They wanted to apparently see the real me. There's been so many times where I haven't gotten the job that I actually want, so this in lots of ways felt no different to that. I've really kind of had a switch of thinking. Went for a job the other day, I got offered the job. It's just another part-time gig to go along with my cinema work. And I was the real me in that interview, which was great. I mean, I was really proud of myself. Yeah, I believe I'm destined for something, and it doesn't have to be great. It just has to be, you know, me living my life, and even, you know, making a difference in other people's lives, because that's what I'm all about, and that's what I would like to do, is just make a difference.
Attitude was made with funding from New Zealand On Air.